Senior Solutions TV is brought to you by Mobility City in Murray, Utah. Mobility City offers top brands including Pride mobility products. Their expert staff guide you on the best product to suit your personal needs, including rentals and repairs, so you have the freedom to move. Visit mobilitycity.com or stop by their showroom at 6578 South State Street in Murray.
Senior Solutions is dedicated to seniors and their families to help with your needs in this phase of your life.
These television specials are titled Senior Solutions because they provide answers to many needs seniors face.
Those needs and the answers to those needs cover many areas.
Senior Solutions provides best practices through guest experts in their respective fields. Hello, I'm Brandy Strong from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
I'm Adam Stark with Summit Sotheby's International Realty in Draper, Utah.
I'm one of Utah's preferred senior agents. My team and I have a combined 25 years of experience in working with those 55 plus.
I'm a registered senior real estate specialist. I'd be happy to assist you when you're ready to right-size your home.
We are here to ensure that they are put into the best situation for them. Their needs, their interests come first. And I think that's why we work together, because we have that same idea in mind.
Some people, their goal is to pay all their house off, and so they want a 10-year loan or a 15-year loan because they're getting close to retirement, and so they want to have a 10-year loan or a 15-year loan to get it paid off. Other people say, I want the lowest possible payment, and so I want a 30-year loan. Because, and other people, they're saying, I want a reverse mortgage. I don't want a payment at all. Right. And so everybody has their different ideas or goals, and we try to make sure that we make each individual product or loan to fit their needs.
Yeah, and that's very valuable, I think, because, like we said, one size doesn't fit all. So we are here to ensure that our clients' needs, their specific circumstances, all taken into account as we're fitting them into the best product, the best home. Your job, best product; me, the best home.
Options.
Yeah, options, and that's what we do. And what I appreciate too, it seems like there's been times where I go into somebody's home and I see that maybe they shouldn't move. And that's hard because neither of us would get a paycheck in that circumstance. But honestly, I think that's what's best. We see that, if I go into their home and I see that, hey, we can just take out your tub and put in just a stall shower. We can install grab bars. We can install you a laundry room on your main level and give you one level living where you're at. And
that's a great solution, yeah.
And then I'm able to refer contractors, and it saves them a ton of money, ton of time, and they're able to stay where they're at. Now that means I don't get paid anything. Neither do you.
No, but we did the best for the client.
We did.
Most important thing.
Right, and we could make a huge difference in their life with that valuable service.
When I do a loan for somebody, I'm always saying, well, what would be best for them? If I'm going to put my feet in their shoes for a second and see what would be best for them. Yeah. Because it's not what I want, it's what they need or what they want. Right. It's their goals that we have to address. We can look at every situation that's different, and we can optimize, the differences, and because everybody has lots of different needs, and there's, in the loan process, there's a lot of paperwork, and there's a lot of things we need, and sometimes it's we have to dig up the Social Security awards letter, and we have to dig up retirement stuff, and we can help through that process because
or VA paperwork
and entitlements, and those things are hard to to dig up and find and know what we're looking for, because people often don't know the names of these forms, and we can help them with that, and that's something we really pride ourselves is really helping make it a smooth process and be able to sit down and help them find, their Social Security awards letter or their VA disability letter and find their retirement statements. And so they can, make sure they can get through the process, and it's not, one shoe fits all.
So I found my grandma on the floor when she was in her 80s. And I had just left her house maybe 7 hours ago. And she said, "Drive safe, sweetie." I said, "I will. I'll come back in the morning and check on you." And just when I did that, I ended up having to call 911 and have her taken to the hospital right away. Unfortunately, she suffered from a broken arm, amongst other things. And that was the last she saw her house. The reason I do this, the reason I am a real estate agent that specializes working with seniors, is because of that memory, of that moment. And listening to the doctors tell her that I sat in over and over, Joanne, you're probably not too safe to go back home. We're worried about you. You have stairs. You probably have a lot of rugs we need to move. How are you getting around very well? But the one thing I never saw him do was hand my mom a piece of paper or share with her who to call, the steps on how to alleviate her fears, her worries, and her doubts about doing that. See, she wanted to stay at her house. Well, who doesn't? And it was so important for her to stay in place. Age in place is what it's called. Well, so we set out to try and do that for her, which was so costly. And she lived in a beautiful home. And the moment that we ran through those funds and were getting slim on them was one of the moments that we ended up realizing that we don't have a choice. We're going to have to figure something out. Well, she was forced into a situation now because of her condition. And I wish so much that I could talk to her and tell her, listen, Grands, I know how we can work through this together. We can go through your items line by line. We can sell them online. Yes, we can sell items online. Did you know that it's so easy? Or we can have a wonderful estate sale. These solutions that I now provide for all of my clients come because I care so deeply. And the reason I care not only is because of what I felt and went through with my sweet Grands, but also because my background is in geriatrics. So I worked in geriatrics, I guess in the senior community, for a very long time. For 15 years, in fact. And I worked in more of the home health and hospice arena. So I met with the doctor's offices, the assisted livings, I met with the nursing home facilities, and I heard a lot that went on when it came to this. So it's really quite funny that I am here now doing this and sharing my story with you, because this is a preventative measure that we can take together. And I can sit down with you, I can sit down with your daughter or your son or your brother or your sister, mom or dad, whoever it is, and I can share my story as to why I feel so deeply about the preventative measures it takes in order to be in a more comfortable space, a safer space, a single level space. And so that's when you should ask yourself, do you have stairs? Have you been told before you might not be safe to go home? Have you had these people ask you these questions? Are you worried? Do you feel alone? You shouldn't. You shouldn't at all. I want you to know that I will go and sit with you and I will share with you all the things that we can do together to get you in the right space.
There is a popular song by Kenny Chesney called Don't Blink. It begins with an elderly man being interviewed on television for his 102nd birthday. In this interview, he expresses how quickly life passes. He says life goes by fast, like a speeding bullet. In his hit song, Kenny sings about this interview and what the secret to a successful life is. Don't blink, because life will pass you by. Hi, I'm Lisa with Dedman Realty, powered by Presidio Real Estate. I'm a senior real estate specialist. SRES is a special designation for agents who are trained to help more mature clients, such as someone who is retiring. However, we are also classified as senior agents because we have the long-term perspective to help those who are younger Tap into guidance and resources to begin to build wealth now, as they are in their prime earning years of their lives. As your senior agent, my team and I will work with professionals who can help you in every step of the process for wealth building. So why would you want to use an SRES agent when you're in your 30s or 40s? At Dedman Realty, powered by Presidio, we also specialize in helping you plan for the future by using real estate as a strategic investment to create generational wealth. We take a then and now approach to the future. Putting first things first, with preparation and hard work, will provide the quality of life that you desire. Making the best decisions enables you to retire the way that you want to. Real estate is the most sure method to achieve the goal of financial freedom. Start now to prepare for then. Whether you are looking for your first home or are preparing to sell your family home, to move up to your dream home, or move to single level living, my team and I will assist you to meet your personal goals. At Dedman Realty, powered by Presidio, we don't just look at our clients for the current transaction. Whether they are 25 or 65, my team and I share with you options to maximizing your wealth for a more comfortable retirement. You want an agent who is an asset specialist, someone who will help you build your legacy. We teach you to use the equity in your home to expand your investments, to create wealth. We even have a proprietary program that will create an owner's manual for your property. It takes into consideration expenses and will give the expected rate of return. This is a huge benefit so you can own and manage your property correctly to achieve maximum growth and return for your real estate investment. By making a plan today, no matter what stage of life you're in, you can provide for your tomorrows. The best time to purchase real estate was yesterday. The second best time to do it is today, because it will be even more expensive tomorrow. Life goes by faster than you think. Don't blink. My team and I welcome you to our series of free webinars on how to start planning your future. My number is 801-808-9806. I look forward to talking to you.
This is a couple of the listings from the home team up here on the east side of Heber that overlooks the valley back towards Timpanogos. These are very high-end listings built by Extreme Custom Homes.
Heber Valley, Wasatch County is one of the most beautiful places in the world. This is probably one of the most beautiful homes in Heber Valley. The whole house has a balcony that goes around the house. From any room, from anywhere you're sitting, you can see the gorgeous, gorgeous views of Heber Valley.
The views are amazing. There is a view from every room in the house. It doesn't matter where you are, and you look out, you can find some spectacular mountain views. It's a great place for a family, but it's a great place to entertain. The kitchen is beautiful. The windows frame the mountain. Timpanogos is known all over for its beauty, and this home shows Timpanogos in a way that no other home does.
All the bedrooms have great balconies that you can go out and look at the amazing views out there. It's a beautiful place to have your family, big gatherings. There's room for so many people. Anything you can imagine is right here for you.
Anyone who likes the outdoors would love to live here and love this home and this community.
As people are coming to Utah, we've become a gathering place for not only nationally but globally, as our economy has stayed very vibrant, as jobs are coming here and new businesses are opening and new opportunities are just everywhere right now, which is a fantastic place to be.
This is a unique custom home we've designed. It's got a lot of character to it and a lot of personality. We spent a few years on the design. It's set up for entertaining, family events and outings. We wanted to make the kitchen large enough that when family was here, they could all mingle and entertain and hang out here in the kitchen. The views are fantastic. We've got 360 views throughout the entire valley, mountain views, lake views, and valley views. This home's also got large windows, great rooms, Throughout, it's got a nice pickleball court, basketball court with the custom nets and designs. We've got a home theater system for entertainment. We put radiant heat in this home in the basement and throughout, and also in the driveway for the winter snow and when it's cold here. We've also got a real nice custom home gym for training. You don't need to ever leave this home with the entertainment and what we have to offer here in the winter. This home's got a good master bedroom with large views and windows throughout. Very custom there. We've got steam showers, radiant heat throughout this home. What we've really tried to do on this home is create a property here that you don't have to leave in the summer or the winter. All the entertainment and all family gatherings can take place here. We wanted families to come back together and be able to spend time together at this home. It's got a lot of custom craftsman workmanship, walnut custom hardwood floors, custom walnut railings. We've done a lot of upgraded finish work and styles through this home.
One of the challenges people run into when they're looking to purchase property, whether it be a second home or a primary residence and you're moving into a new area, is finding the right financing. And what I found is that there's not one size fits all solution when it comes to mortgage financing. Some people are very focused on how much time they have to spend on getting the financing together and putting together the paperwork and going through that process, because there's a lot of things that go into the requirements for financing currently. Other people are very focused on wanting to get the very best possible rate at the lowest fees. And the great thing about being a broker is we're able to meet that criteria and find out what's important to you, what do you care about, what matters to you, and then deliver an experience and deliver financing in a way that is going to meet your financial goals. In addition to meeting the unique challenges of buying a property that might be a second home or in a mountain area or just in a remote location from where you normally have been living or where you live now, so that you can have the best possible experience and the financing comes together in a way that meets what you need.
I remember the argument. "I don't have a story to tell," Dad said. 88 years old and I've done nothing special. I begged, he balked. I bribed, he finally relented. He told me about living through the Depression, the war, the few hearts he'd broken along the way, and how he chased Mom to China to get her to marry him. I found out that he went to jail for a friend. Who does that? And that the hardest times of his life were when Mom lost the twins, the day I wrecked the car, and of course Mom's cancer. He told me the night Mom died, he stared long and hard at a bottle of pills, wanting to, but instead he curled up and cried at the foot of my bed. I was 12. I had no idea. I buried Dad today. The flag they placed in my arms at his graveside and the book of his memories are suddenly the most precious things I own.
Your life is a great library of stories. It would be an honor for us at FamilyHeritagePublishers.com to help you preserve them. Learn more at FamilyHeritagePublishers.com.
The COVID-19 pandemic has affected many Americans' financial and retirement plans. If you're a homeowner over the age of 62, you may be thinking about a reverse mortgage. We'd like to welcome our next expert guest, preferred senior agent and co-host of Senior Solutions, Brandy Strong, and our preferred lending agent, Scott Breen, to today's program.
I had a client call me the other day, and they're on Social Security, and they almost have their house paid off, but they're just really struggling to make their monthly mortgage obligations.
Gotcha. Can I get a little bit more information from you?
Sure.
Do you have an idea of what their property is worth, the value?
It's probably about $400,000.
About $400,000. Do you know what their first mortgage is that they're currently paying on?
They owe about $50,000.
About $50,000. And how old are the borrowers? Do you happen to know? Are they in the
63.
Oh, they're 63. That's great.
They're almost as old as you are.
Oh, that's not fair, Brandy. We don't tell. So here's the interesting thing about that scenario. They have a lot of equity in their house, but they're struggling with how to make their monthly payment. I can put them into a reverse mortgage. They could actually sell the home, take $350,000 out in their pocket, and then wind up buying a house for $500,000, using $250,000, still leave $100,000 in savings, buy a $500,000 house, and they wouldn't have a monthly mortgage payment.
Wow. And they can just have a lot of fun with all of that, can't they?
They could. So the nice thing about that situation, it improves their monthly cash flow, because now they have $150,000 in the bank they can draw from when they need to, and they have a house that probably fits their needs a little bit better. If they're in their mid-60s, the reverse mortgage will pay about 50% of the price of the home. To make that simple, if it's a $400,000 purchase, they'd put $200,000 down from the sale of their current house, and they wouldn't have a monthly mortgage insurance payment. They would, however, have to pay the taxes and the homeowner's insurance, and if there's an HOA, and any regular maintenance. And then they still own the home. If they decide to sell it a couple years down the road, that other $200,000 of equity, less the interest that's accrued on the property, they would simply pay that and take the rest of the money out and buy their next house. Wow. So this is a really good product, particularly if your income is restricted to Social Security and a small pension. This gives them the ability to increase their monthly cash flow.
That's great. So to start, they have to be how old?
They have to be 62.
62.
And that's not your age, is it?
No, it isn't. Not even close.
I'm a little past that.
We weren't telling, remember?
I know.
Now, does the down payment change the older that they get?
It does. The down payment is less. If somebody is 80, the down payment's going to be roughly about 40%. So on a $500,000 house, they'd only have to come to the table with about $200,000. So that down payment fluctuates as you get a little bit older.
Mm-hmm. And nothing takes away from the heirs, because they still own the house.
Yep. You're still on title to the home. You can choose to sell the home anytime you want. If you decide to leave the home for 4 or 5 months to go down to St. George, that's okay. Your obligation is to live in the house 6 months out of the year.
Our final expert guest today would like to tell you a story. His name is Mark Hancock, and he is the president of Family Heritage Publishers, a short-run book publishing company.
Most of us that are in our 50s, 60s, 70s, we've lived a lot of life. And we think about all those events and all those stories and all that joy and all that pain that we had. To put it down in one book is overwhelming. So I want you to think about your life story as a library of books. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, when an individual dies, a library burns down. And that's only true if you don't build your library. And so this happens to be my starting book. That's me, and this is my birth to 18 years. You'll see it's only about 40 pages, and got a few images that my mother shared with me as I built this book, and a few stories that stuck out in my mind. And so I've been able to share this with my grandchildren, who incidentally at the time were just about these same ages as I am. So you can imagine how fun it was for me to say, look, there's me when I was 5, when I was talking to Jack. So this is volume 1 of my library, and my wife and I are now working on volume 2, which is how we met and fell in love. It's laid out the way a book would normally be laid out, with a cover, and you're free to be able to design this any way you would like. A title page, copyright page, dedication page. We have created the software that when you start a new chapter, it will automatically take care of your table of contents. But to start a new chapter, you would go to Layouts, drag a chapter over, and then I can type. So I'm going to go copy a bunch of text. But I'll copy that and then paste it. If I drag and drop an image onto my page, the text will automatically flow around that image, and that's regardless if I resize it, make it as big or as small as you'd like. When we go to the preview pages, you can see all of your pages. If there's something you need to move or delete, when you're ready to proofread your book, you can generate a proof. It'll do it in the background and send you an email. You'll be able to generate that proof. When you're ready to create your PDF, you can finalize and submit. I love this laptop. But you know, to me, what the ultimate laptop is me sitting down with a book about me or my family, with a grandchild or grandchildren in my lap, looking through that book page by page.
Senior Solutions TV has been brought to you by Mobility City in Murray, Utah. Mobility City's top brands include Pride mobility products at very competitive prices. Their expert staff help you find the best product for your individual needs. Mobility City also rents and repairs. Visit mobilitycity.com or visit their showroom at 6578 South State Street in Murray.
Thank you for joining us today on Senior Solutions. Visit our website often, as we will announce the next Senior Solutions television special with a post to this website. It's our privilege to serve our seniors. See you next time.